Hello students, you are welcome in mathematics part 7. Now in the previous part we were talking of intervals. Now we want to discuss some intervals. Now we know R is the set of real numbers. We know that this set cannot be written in the roster form. So we can write this in the form of interval like this. So in intervals it may be written minus infinity to infinity open interval. And one important thing about this, we will always write open interval at infinity. So it should be open interval minus infinity to infinity. Similarly, another set of negative real numbers using intervals may be written like this: minus infinity to 0. So open interval at minus infinity. Similarly, set of non-negative real numbers that may be written like this: non-negative real numbers. So closed at 0 and infinity at open at infinity. So this is interval form of set of non-negative real numbers. Now today we will discuss the properties for the operations we have done in the previous part. Now we have done two operations, union and intersection. So what are the properties of the above relations? Now the first is commutative law, that we are talking of intersection and union. Both properties are written side by side. So the commutative law, what is commutative law? If A and B are two sets, then A intersection B, it will be equal to B intersection A. This is called commutative law on intersection. Similarly, commutative law for union, A union B, it will be equal to B union A. So if you find A union B or B union A, both of the sets will be equal. Second, associative law. Now what is associative law for intersection? To understand this, you consider three sets ABC, and if you want to write down A intersection B intersection C, it means to evaluate this, we are first evaluating A intersection B and then its intersection with C. So this will be equal to A intersection B intersection C. To solve the right hand side, we will first evaluate B intersection C and then its intersection with A. So both will be equal. It is called associative law for the intersection. Similarly, for union, A union B, then union C. Similarly, A union B union C. So both will be equal. You can try for any example ABC you can take. Now idempotent law, A intersection A, for intersection it will be equal to A. Similarly, A union A, that is equal to A. Then the next property, law of identity element, A intersection phi, because phi is an empty set, it contains no element, and their intersection, that will be again an empty set. So A intersection phi is phi. Similarly, A union phi, that is equal to A. Now A intersection universal set, A intersection universal set, so that is equal to A only. Similarly, for union, A union universal set, that is equal to universal set. Now distributive law, A intersection B union C, that will be equal to A intersection B union A intersection C. So to understand this, you try to write one property for the real numbers. We know that it is 2 into 3 plus 4. This is 2 into 3 plus 4. We know that it is 2 into 3 plus 2 into 4. So this property is called distributive law for real numbers. Similar to this is distributive law for the sets A intersection B union C. So we need two operations to understand this. A intersection B union C, it is A intersection B union B intersection C. And the second distributive law, you interchange intersection and union, and this is the new distributive law, A union B intersection C, it will be equal to this, and these are the properties that will be used. Now next is difference of the sets. Difference of the sets, it is represented by the symbol, this minus as we write minus in for the real numbers. So if A and B are two sets, then difference of A and B can be written in two ways, either A minus B or B minus A. Now what is A minus B? A minus B is a set of elements which belongs to set A but does not belongs to set B. If an element present in A minus B, so that will be element of A, that will not be element of B. Using symbols, we will write down A minus B is a set of all x where x belongs to A and x does not belongs to B. Now similarly, what is B minus A? Is a set of elements which belongs to set B but does not belongs to set A. Using symbols, B minus A is a set of all x where x belongs to B but x does not belongs to A. To understand this, you consider example. Let set A containing few elements, set B and set C. Now you start writing A minus B. A minus B, as per definition, will contain elements of A but not elements of B. To write down the elements, you first start finding the common elements of A and B. Elements which are common for A and B, and we find 5 is the common element. So accept this common element, write down, and 1 is also common. So accept these common elements, write down the remaining elements. Remaining elements are 2, 3, 4. So it means these elements belongs to A but these elements does not belongs to B. So this is A minus B. Similarly, B minus C, you try to find common elements of B and C. So we find 6 is the common element which is present in B and C. So because we are writing B minus C, so you write down the remaining elements of B. So it will be the set containing 1 and 5. Similarly, you write B minus A. B minus A, using definition, will contain element of B but not element of A. So it means the common elements, except common elements, write down the remaining elements of B. So common elements are 1 and 5. So remaining element is only one element, 6. So B minus A will contain one element, that is 6. So similarly, you can write A minus C. So this is difference of the sets. Now the next is joint and disjoint sets. Joint sets, two sets A and B are said to be joint if A intersection B is not empty. A intersection B is not empty. It means there must be some elements common in A and B. Then A and B sets are called joint sets. And disjoint sets, if two sets A and B are having no element common, they will be disjoint set. It means if A intersection B is empty, then they will be disjoint. To understand this, you consider examples again. Let A set is containing elements, B and C is also containing some elements. Now you try to find out A intersection B. A intersection B, there are two elements common. It means A intersection B is non-empty. So therefore A and B are joint sets because we are having some elements. On the other hand, you find A intersection C, you find there is no element common in A and C. So A intersection C is empty. So therefore these sets are disjoint sets. I hope it is clear to you and you try to solve these questions. Thank you.